happy to learn under him. I think the topic is very relevant and interesting. The 9 stages of devotional service. Adi Purusa Prabhu has given that seminar already in America, also in Munich, and now in Zurich.
Yes.
So, thank you so much for sharing your insights and realizations about this.
Very good. You can go.
I have a meeting and I have to
Actually, it's quite interesting. I always thought this is a very simple topic, 9 stages. But when in Munich, devotees said, no, please do it. I started doing it, and I myself was fascinated by the topic. It was interesting for me too. Then we did it again. Turns out bhakti is amazing, no matter how often you study it. Hare Krishna. And this thing, do we turn it on separately or is it already on? Okay, and the 2 are for?
This is for the beamer, this is for the...
Okay.
You have to
Okay.
wait.
In Zurich, we always have a serious desk here to protect the speaker, just in case you become overly enthusiastic, I can hide behind, yes. Nowadays they say it's not such a good idea to have such a desk between the speaker and the audience. It should be open. You should come out to the people and be open and everything, right? But here we are just, like... You're not so sure. Anyway, you see, it worked for Krishna Premarupa Prabhu. I just brought his Bhakti Vaibhav diploma. He finished this in both Bhakti Shastri here, Bhakti Vaibhav in Vrindavan, mostly in person, some of it online. Okay, Hare Krishna. That's all right. Just a short kirtan. Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Kiravanachari Yasoda Nandana Yamuna Kiravanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. some years ago, in our Japa retreat at Govardhan, we went to Terkadamba, which is a very beautiful place. Anybody who goes there wants to go again. Who has been to Terkadamba? Okay. Do you want to go again? Yes. I don't know if we are going to have some retreats this year. India is still closed. So usually we have 64 rounds, and a 64 rounds day, and we go to the Terkadamba to chant them. And that's quite an interesting experience. And some years it's quite absorbing. Who has tried to chant 64 rounds at one time or another? Okay, you're smiling, that's a good sign. So I was chanting my 64 rounds there. I found one bush, and I remember I was chanting, and then I began to pray to Rupa Goswami, please, what is the actual map? What are the stages to move forward? I don't know if you have this experience. I think it's a common experience nowadays that once you hit Anartha Nivritti, you hear about the 9 stages, and Anartha Nivritti is only one of the 9 stages. Once you hit Anartha Nivritti, then you think that before you get to Anartha Nivritti, you think, okay, there'll be 1, 2, 3, and then good, you'll be in ecstasy. I had a friend who joined Dharandatta. He was our Sankirtan leader. So just as he joined, he realized, oh, I don't have winter boots, and when the winter comes, how will I, distribute books without the winter boots? But then he thought, anyway, winter comes after about half a year, and in half a year I'll be self-realized. So it will be the same for me, whether it's hot or cold. Bhagavad Gita says you are equal in heat and cold. So your laughter shows that you do feel sometimes a little hot, a little cold, and we do need winter boots. So once we start working our way through these stages, we hit Anartha Nivritti, and then all of a sudden this Anartha Nivritti seems like the limitless desert. Yeah? You think, my God, not only I don't see the end, I cannot even imagine where it will end, this Anartha Nivritti area, stage. It seems hopeless, almost hopeless. So don't worry, that seems only on this side. On the other side, it seems, oh, thank you, like Kardama Muni says to Vishnu, oh, thank you, you have come so quick, only 10,000 years and you're already here, after my meditation. So this, yes?
It's just, I think that I see some new people, just what it means, Anartha Nivritti.
Everybody knows what's Anartha Nivritti? What's an Anartha? Yes, then maybe we can ask, who is chanting 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds daily? Just so we are clear, what's the... Okay. Who is chanting at least 1 round daily? You don't? Yeah, As we met this custodian in the Kunsthaus, he said, first he says, oh, you are he said, Hare Krishna. And he said, before there were more of you Hare Krishnas. Now you are not, there's not so many. I say, no, we are. And then he reveals after some time, actually I chant 1 round every morning, he says. That's solid, this is quite solid. Yeah, anartha means undesirable. Anartha literally means something undesirable. Artha is valuable or desirable, a goal or some asset. And anartha means something that's not valuable, and in fact the opposite of it. It's destructive, it's harmful. So anartha nivritti, it's a stage for purification. So this is a wonderful book. As I said, I was chanting 64 rounds, and I was trying to meditate upon. I was meditating upon how to move forward, and somehow or other, I felt almost a wave of mercy, in the sense that it became clear. But we do have a very clear progression, how to move forward. Everything is described very clearly. And these are these 9 stages of development in bhakti. So they are quoted in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 10. The verse, Adau Shadha, Tatha Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. So these are the 9 stages. It makes the process more or less visible from the beginning to the, not to the end, there's no end, to the perfection of this, to the beginning of perfection, yes, let's say like this. Because after prema, all the fun just begins. After prema, you have pranaya, then sneha, then mana. Pranaya means intimate love, then sneha, heart melts, then mana, you become sometimes contrary and angry at Krishna, which is an important point, that becoming angry at Krishna comes after prema, okay? You can make a note, you know, for yourself. Okay, angry, okay, but after prema, then it's fine. It becomes a sort of a spice. And then we have raga, anuraga. Poison turns to nectar, nectar to poison. A second looks like eternity. So all the fun just begins after prema. But these nine steps are a very clear delineation of progress. Interestingly enough, also, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives 14 stages in Srimad Bhagavatam, in his Srimad Bhagavatam commentary. But they are the same 9 with a few added here and there. For example, before Shraddha, he adds Punya Tirtha Nishevanat, visiting holy places, associating with devotees, which includes temples. Yes. And then you get Satam Kripa, some mercy, first blessing of devotees, and then Shraddha, then you have faith. So he adds a few before, he adds a few in between. Before Bhajana Kriya, he adds Bhajana Spriha, desire to do service. So these are the same 9 stages, just slightly with a slightly better elaboration. So all of this is a very merciful, help that all our acharyas and Krishna are giving us. Brothers and sisters, Krishna loves us. Krishna, in the first canto, Prabhupada says that Krishna is more eager to get you back to the spiritual world than we can ever desire. And then he says, most people don't even desire. But if you do, he gives you all the help. So as soon as you have some prayer that I want to know more, I want to move forward, then Krishna offers everything. Krishna offers all the help. Personally and through his devotees. So all the help is there. And if it looks like it's a desert, there are different varieties. It may look like an endless ocean, which you're swimming across. Yesterday I was swimming across, how was it? Zilze Li. What's the correct pronunciation? Zilzeli, yes. I looked from the shore and it looked, well, I can swim kilometers. This is just, I don't know, maybe 100 meters. It was more than 100 meters, but it was also cold. So somewhere in the middle, I stopped feeling my arms. And then I thought, will I reach the shore or no? As you can see, I did reach. So it's not always even how far it is, but also other conditions. But in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, Tam Srimad Krishna Chaitanya Devam Vande Jagad Gurum Yasyanukampaya Shvapi Mahabdim Santaret Sukham. My respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose grace even a teeny dog can cross a huge ocean happily and easily. Yes. And sometimes it looks like a big valley, deep, 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 or like almost like an abyss, Abgrund. You know, like you go down and you think it's finished. But there's always a way out. Or it may look like, if we speak about desert, there is another verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Aganya dhanya chaitanya gananam premavanyaya ninya dhanya jana swanta marusha shvadanupatam. Obeisances to uncountable, very fortunate devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who make the unfortunate people fortunate, and if the unfortunate people have a desert instead of a heart, dry, just dry, empty desert instead of the heart, these uncountable, infinite, means you cannot count how many, devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they bring a flood of the message of love, Premavani, which can flood the full desert. So help is there, no worries. And some ways of this help are Shastra. This is what Chaitanya Charitamrita also says. Maya mugda jiva nahi svata Krishna gyan. For a jiva conditioned by Maya, knowledge doesn't come, of Krishna doesn't happen on its own. Jivare kripaya koila Krishna veda puran. So Krishna, to give mercy to every jiva, he created Veda Purana, all the Vedic scriptures. And then his devotees expand more and more. So I know you have read Madhurya Kadambini. Who has read Madhurya Kadambini also? You've read? You've read? It's been discovered somewhere in the maybe 1990, I think, sort of translated and presented to our devotees, approximately. And this one is one of the first translations from Dinabandhu Prabhu, very famous cover, and it's available on Kindle Unlimited for free. I mean, Kindle Unlimited is not free, but on Kindle Unlimited, if you're already there, it's free. Yes. Or from kind devotees. Banu Sami recently made a new translation, and he's usually also very generous with his books. Who has heard some presentations on Madhurya Kadambini, on the Anartha Nivriti, or you did? Yes? Yes. I remember first time I heard about Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. So we have 8 showers of nectar. Yes? Just like now you have a shower outside. Today, now and then. I don't know if you counted how many showers were there. Here we have 8 showers. These means, you know, nectar is really just falling from the sky. Sweet showers of nectar. So the first speaks about the super excellence, exquisite excellence of bhakti, just to establish bhakti. And the second speaks about the steps from Shraddha, Sadhusanga, bhajana kriya. Faith, shraddha, sadhusanga, association with devotees, and then bhajana kriya, performing devotional service. But in the beginning, it will be anishtita, not steady. So do you sometimes feel that one day you are full of ecstasy, and then the next day you are full of, they use this word in English, ennui. Ennui. What's the proper French way to pronounce it? Ennui. Ennui. Yes. Like apathy, no ecstasy.
Morose.
Morose, yeah. So it's expected. This is what happens at this. That's why it's called anishtita. Yeah, it's up and down. So here we have 6 different stages of it. Again, the first time I heard, my Bhakta leader gave me a seminar on it, on tapes. I heard a tape about it. I was surprised. I was actually happy to hear. Turned out that these horrible things happening to me didn't happen only to me. Oh, actually, it's described in a book. Oh, okay. Maybe not everything is lost yet. So it was presented as a mirror. You read, and it says it's like a mirror. Hare Krishna. So hopefully today we will discuss these. You also please read it. I have asked our Shikshashtaka Prabhu from Pittsburgh and New Vrindavan to dictate it. Just today it occurred to me, we still don't have the audio book of it. So he said, oh yeah, sure, I will. But I don't know when will it be ready. He can do it in one day usually. It's a short book. He read for me the full Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu with the commentaries. It took some time, but he loves to read books. So they asked him to read all Prabhupada's books, and he finished and he felt very sad. But then he saw, no, there are more books. So just last week he finished the full Laghu Bhagavatamrita by Gopi Parandana with the commentaries, and now he's doing Ujjvala Nilamani, which is the sequel to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's, if you want to see, you have the full Bhagavatam with the commentaries. If you want to see these books, it's on, you can go to Tiny CC, then / SP108. And there is plenty of different audiobooks he has done. He has even done recently Shachinanand Swami's The Living Name. You can also hear that. So I want to ask you to get this book. It's not so big, and enjoy it at home, and come tomorrow having read, so we can have in-depth discussions of it. So these are the first 2 showers, the first 2 chapters, and the rest are pretty straightforward, stage by stage. So we have 3rd shower is, in this translation, mitigation of inauspicious elements. So if somebody is asking you, how are you doing? How are you? If he gets you, then you can say, well, I'm mitigating the inauspicious elements. Sounds good, no? mitigation of inauspicious elements. So these are anarthas. So we have a discussion of 4 kinds of anarthas. This is where I found a lot of discoveries for myself when we were discussing these. Sorry, it goes automatically yellow at 6:30. Then we have nishta, being steady. So finding steady, reaching this stage of steadiness. And then after nishta comes ruchi, taste. Yes, taste. Also there are 2 kinds of the taste. Here it's described, nectar begins to flow. And then taste, enchantment of the heart. Asakti. Enchantment of the heart. Do you want your heart to be enchanted by Krishna?
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have bhava or rati and prema. So flowing of supreme bliss, that's the perfection. This is the end of the sadhana, end of practice. Bhava is the perfection when we reach. We need to work until asakti, but if you have asakti, then Krishna reaches out from the other side and he bestows you his special mercy, and then that's bhava. And then prema or love, fulfillment of the heart's desire. And also there are some interesting points about how prema is bestowed upon a devotee. Some questions here?
One question I have. There's Vajna Kriya means taking initiation of a spiritual master and performing devotional service under his guidance. So.
Usually, this is how Srila Prabhupada translates. Yes, Bhajana Kriya, the 3rd stage, or performing devotional service, is beginning with taking initiation from the spiritual master, which obviously makes sense. These are the first 3 elements of the 64 elements of bhakti, and to do something, you sign up, right, and then do. It's normal, right? But then, some spiritual masters, I know. One of my friends, he had to wait, I think, 10 years to get initiation. So then these 10 years, were they like not bhakti, or what was it? Yeah. He already, that was Mukunda Maharaj, he was super, he was really having them wait a long time. Now I don't think he even gives initiations anymore. So what was it, these 10 years? So no worries, initiation has also purashcharya, or prior activities of preparation, and that also is part of initiation.
So my question is, because once I heard that people applied for taking initiation and then they had some question there, and also one question was, in which stage you think you are? And then maybe many wrote, I'm on Nishta, but they didn't even took initiation. So these stages in Atmaniriti, they also come without having initiation, or it's only begins when you have the initiation? Then Anatmaniriti can start.
In Vrindavan, they say that you cannot enter the spiritual world without receiving initiation from a spiritual master. So even if someone, by any chance, reaches a very, very high level, he will have to come back again and take initiation before he goes back to the spiritual world. And also, it doesn't seem to be so impossible to take initiation. So therefore, if someone is actually serious to practice the process of devotional service, then what should stop this person from taking initiation? Right? even with whatever obstacles there can be, even in our society we have, I don't know what it is, 100 initiating spiritual masters or more, and I think the number is increasing. So if someone is serious about performing devotional service, then why wouldn't the person take initiation, right? In some cases, yeah, okay, it may happen that a person can reach a high level, but it may look suspicious. You know, if someone says, yes, I'm very serious about devotional service, but I will not take initiation. Are you really serious? So, initiation is commitment, and it's signing up for the process. And let's say, yeah, like nowadays, you can see this is the modern day of people refusing to have marriages. They are fine with even living together, you know, partners, whatever they call, how is it called, I don't know, partners, right? I heard recently some funny story about some lady. She lived with a man for 24 years. They have 3 children, and then after 20 whatever years, she decided to actually get married with him, right? So, yes. And then she told this to her mother, and the mother said, "Daughter, think again, be careful." Are you sure that this is the right man? So, what's the reason? The reason is some lack of commitment, not enough desire to take responsibility. We have insufficient desire to take responsibility, right? So nowadays you can see that marriages are not so frequent. I mean, less frequent. But as far as initiation is concerned, it may also indicate some fear of responsibility, of committing, yes, to the process. Okay, it's good. I mean, we should think deeply, make a serious commitment, but usually if somebody waits more than 5 years, then we become a professional delayer, yeah? Procrastinator, professional procrastinator. 5 or 6, I don't know what's, right? Okay, so this is the structure of the book. That's Tina Bandhu's introduction. Then we have a short Mangalacharana here, where he glorifies bhakti and he glorifies Rupa Goswami. So just as Rupa Goswami writes Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is the ocean of nectar. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives the 8 showers of nectar, 8 rainfalls of nectar. So you have an ocean, but if you want, you also have the rainfall. It's a small book. It's a nice small book. So in his Mangalacharana, he says, Hridvapre navabhaktisha sevitate sanjivani svagama rambe kama tapartu dahadamani vishvapagolasini duranme marushakinopi sarasi bhavaya bhuyat prabhu Shri Chaitanya kripa nirankushamaha madhurya kadambini. So here, mercy of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorified. The mercy of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an uncontrollable cloud bank. Not one cloud, but cloud bank. A lot of clouds. And it's uncontrollable. You can't stop it, fortunately. of exquisitely sweet nectar, which fully rejuvenates the grains of ninefold bhakti in the field of the heart, extinguishes the scorching summer heat of lust by its sudden appearance. You're like in India, when it's hot, and then some cloud comes, yes, you feel, oh. And children, not even children, everybody dances in the rain, you know, especially children, of course. And peacocks too, they cry. Yeah? Go, 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 mego, mego. Mego means cloud come, cloud come. Mego. Do you know how to do a good peacock? No. Yesterday you were doing, what was it?
Cow.
No, cows, yes, but some with...
Bird.
Yeah, some bird. Peacocks also. You can practice as a homework. Anyone is good in peacock sounds? Yeah! Oh! Yes!
It's easy, I can teach you. The basis is Xiam.
Oh, yeah. Say that Kigo, Kigo. That who is the best dancer in Vrindavan? And but who is the teacher of that dancer? Who is that wonderful girl who teaches that dancer? So extinguishes the scorching summer heat of lust by its sudden appearance and bestows rapture to the universal river of living beings. We are living beings. We are part of the universal river. And Vishnu Chakravarti, rapture. Rapture is ecstatic ecstasy. Rapture, like uncontrollably overcome by ecstasy. From far off, may those clouds of the Lord's mercy give satisfaction and pleasure even to this worthless soul, a dried up tree in the desert. It's beautiful. So you have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is such a genius. He's always giving such a wonderful poetry and also gives such elaborate logical explanations. It's such a complete combination of rasa and logic. So this is a short introduction to the Madhurya Kadambini. So Madhurya means sweet, and Kadambini means the cloud bank. So like a lot of clouds of nectar. So you can, it's very convenient. You can, it's portable. Yeah, you can have it on a book, and you carry the cloud bank in your pocket. Even on your phone, it's okay. You can pull it out, and there is a cloud bank of nectar. You can flood the desert. And just as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of Rupa Goswami, Nectar of Devotion, begins by glorifying Krishna, who is the embodiment of all rasa, here also Vishwanath Chakravarti speaks about Krishna, who is the embodiment of all rasas. So there are 12 rasas, 12 main rasas, and this is always fun to them because we usually forget one. I even know which one, or two. Shall we list? Shall we try to find the 12 rasas? Yes, so say one rasa. Madhurya. Sakya, friendship. Yes, so that's conjugal love, friendship, Sakya. Vatsalya, parental. Dasya, servitude.
Or neutral.
Neutral, that means Shanta. Yes, so these are five main rasas. Yes. Now 7 secondary. Chivalry, yes, that's Virya. Do you know the L, Prabhu? Ghastliness, yeah, Bibhatsa. It's the main rasa of the modernity, Yeah. if you're not careful, your whole Facebook becomes like this. You know, your time. Did you hear that? Share, share. Did you hear that? Oh. Unless you know, like close, hide, snooze for 30 days. Then the algorithms learn, oh, he doesn't like this rasa. Okay, let's put he's different. Okay, so that's 2. What else? Okay, 5 more secondary rasas. Anger, yes, Rodra. 4 more rasas. Huh? Huh? Laughter, yes, hasya, very important. Maybe not so in Switzerland, that's okay. We can. You're serious people here, right? Everything. Yes. I've been coming here, I think it's been 10 years now that I've been coming. And first it was very complicated, you know. All my jokes that usually work in other places, they didn't work here. You know, I would... Yeah, what to do? Yes. Okay, laughter, that's 4, right? So 3 more? Wonder, yes, adbhuta, very important. In the old theory of rasa, adbhuta is considered the adi rasa. Is the base for all the other rasas. Because you have to sort of be surprised to feel something, right? Sort of makes sense. In the opinion of, I think, Abhinavagupta, rasa theory, he was thinking that wonder is the base of all the rasas. They also have different colors. These different rasas have, each of them has color. So adbhuta has green. Okay, 2 more, right? Huh? Say, can you speak up? That's envy. Do we have envy? We have either anger. We have anger. Envy. I don't think we have such a rasa. There is jealousy as sanchari bhava, one of the 33 sanchari bhavas. But so one of them is yes, compassion. Exactly. Compassion.
Desperate.
Where are my rasas? Okay, rasas. No. Recipe. 3 rasas. I just recently was... one more left. One more left is... the one that's left is... devastation is one of the sattvika vikara bhavas. Is fear. Fear. So this is... these 12, yeah. These 12 are listed here. That's a famous verse, 10:43:17, where Krishna enters the arena of the UFC championship in Mathura on personal invitation, Universal Fighting Championship on Kamsa's invitation. And then everybody sees him differently. All 12 rasas are there. Mallanam ashanirnrinam naravarastrinam smaro murtiman gopanam svajanosatam kshitibujam shastasva pitro shishu mrityur bojapater virada vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevate tividito rangam gata sagraja. So the wrestlers, participants, he was like a thunderbolt. Thunderbolt, so they had That's Vira Rasa. So they saw Krishna's body as a thunderbolt. Chivalry, Vira Rasa. And the chief of them, Chanura, which is like a huge thing. Yeah, here, this one is, yeah, so this one. He greeted Krishna, and Krishna said that it seems that the spectators are complaining that we are in different weight categories. You are a super heavyweight and I'm a featherweight, and it doesn't, they say it's a mismatch. They don't like it. And Chanura said, my lord, you are completely correct. We are mismatched because I'm just a super heavyweight, but you are the supreme absolute. So we are mismatched, but in a different direction. And Krishna, oh, okay, like this. Okay, then all right. Then I can. And this one, he just took on, what do you call it, the windmill. Yeah, he put it on the shoulders and smashed him. The other one, he kicked in the head, in the left foot, shala to shala. So they saw him in Virya, the ordinary Nrinam, yeah, ordinary man saw him as the best of men, so that's Adbhuta. And then Strinam, the women, saw him as personified God of love. So they were cursing, damn this Mathura. In Vrindavan they offer Krishna garlands. And what we offer, you know, these mismatched fighters. Damn this Mathura. What is this? This is scandal. It's not nice. The cowherd boys, they saw him as Svajano, as his relative. So so we have the boys. So the boys saw him as their friend, and it includes also the rasa of laughter. They were laughing. They had a good camp on the bank of the Yamuna, and they came late. Kamsa was waiting for Krishna in fear. Kamsa couldn't sleep, even though he arranged for this match to kill Krishna, but he couldn't sleep. And when he looked in the mirror, he didn't see his reflection. And when he sort of dozed off for a few seconds, he saw some ghost, he saw himself shaved, he saw some inauspicious dreams. And he was very, so his Bhoja Pater, he experienced this fear, rasa of fear, Kamsa. Yeah? The impious rulers, they were angry. The parents, they saw him as Shishu, as their child. So that's parental vatsalya and karuna, compassion or pity. Yeah? Some ignorant Kamsa's servants, they saw Krishna as part of the universal form and as dirty and covered in blood. Because he had a good night's sleep, he slept very nicely, and in the morning Kamsa sent a big elephant, trained elephant, to kill Krishna. So Krishna killed the elephant, but some blood was spilled, you know. So he came in with a garland, you know, without any hurry, smiling at everything. Kamsa was just waiting. So they saw, oh, he's covered in blood. Balaram brought the elephant tusks, yeah, and then he used these elephant tusks. And yogis saw him, so we have Shanta, they saw him as the supreme, Param Tattvam, and Vrishnis in general saw him as the supreme Lord, so this is Dasya. So all 12 rasas are in one verse. All 12 rasas are given in one verse. It's quite amazing. So relationships with Krishna are so full of taste. So we have so many ways to exchange rasa with Krishna. But that's coming a little later. That's coming after, in full, it's coming after rati, or after bhava. And for now we still have to reach there, but still part of our practice is to relish all these exchanges, rasas with Krishna, to read and to admire, to be happy that they are happy with Krishna, right? It's a very important part of practice. So we have to think, what do Krishna's associates feel in these exchanges? And then maybe some reflection of that rasa they experience can touch our heart. So in other words, we have to participate, we have to include we have to enter into these leelas through the experience of Krishna's devotees and associates. Some questions? Some points? Nanda Kumar looked like you have a question or comment. Yes?
You mentioned that envy does not belong to these rasas.
Yes.
Where does the envy actually come from? How it appears in the material world if it's not present in the spiritual world?
There is a sanchari bhava, one of the 33 sanchari bhavas, called jealousy or irshya. So something like this is there, something similar is there, but here what we have is the opposite. So the example is given that in the spiritual world we have prema flowing towards Krishna, and here this prema is like milk going sour and turning into yogurt, into the opposite. So opposite of love is envy. The opposite of love is envy. In the material world, it's easy to convert love into envy. From love to hatred is one step. Yes? You agree? Yes. Two main causes of murder: money and, I think they call it love. Right? Today I love you, tomorrow I kill you. Right? So that's how love turns into envy. Yes?
Is possible in Kali Yuga we can reach prema?
Prema? Possible or impossible, but we must. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. At least we should reach bhava. Sadhana practice is that bhava. So all we do, like even right now here, discuss one of the books by the acharyas, we have to internally set this aim, that we are doing this to attain ecstatic love for Krishna, bhava. That's the definition of sadhana. When we chant, when we come to the temple, when we sing kirtan, whatever we do, we have to, from time to time, remind ourselves, we are doing this for ecstatic love for Krishna. That's one of the, when Bhanuswami was giving his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu seminar, he said, Upadeshamrita seminar, he said that this is the antidote to mechanization of our practice. How to prevent it becoming a routine, to remind why you are doing this. To again remember, this is for attaining prema or bhava, ecstatic love for Krishna. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Nitya Siddha, Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he says, Kriti Sadhya Sadhya Bhava. Nitya Siddha Sya Bhava Sya Prakatyam Hridi Sadhyata. He says, it's eternally in the heart. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, not bhava but prema. Nitya Siddha Krishna prema. Sadhya Kabunoi. It's eternally there. It's not something extraneous, unnatural, artificial. Shravanadi Shudachite, koroye udoi. And when the heart is purified through hearing, then it rises more and more. And this is also the blessing that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives here. Says that this shower, like we have a dry field, but you give enough nice nourishment and sweet shower, sweet rain, then the dry, half-dry seeds come to life and grow, rise. Yeah? Okay, 7 p.m. Hare Krishna. The bell is tolling. And I am really impressed. Nobody fell asleep so far. Almost. No, nobody. Yes, you have done well. So, I guess we can take 10 or 12 minutes break. Then we'll continue after the break. Yes? You can change the colors.
Yeah, this is the full moon, this is the
Daylight, blue.
maybe it's
Yeah, you can choose your color. Okay.
this one's
So we continue?
yes.
Hare Krishna. So this is the first shower of nectar, and it establishes this super excellent, exquisite sweetness of bhakti. So bhakti begins with shraddha. Shraddha means faith. So faith in what? So this is a somewhat tricky question. What do we have to have faith in? You know? In bhakti. So what would you say? What do we have to have faith in for
That the phone doesn't break.
That's fine. This is a modern phone, not so easy to break.
It's not faith, it's knowledge, you know it.
Yeah.
I would say in the process.
In the process,
Shastra.
Shastra, yes.
Guru.
Guru, Sadhu,
That by serving Krishna we achieve all perfection.
yes, yes. Okay, so thank you. We have different types of faith, and different levels of faith. At the same time, I should say, come on guys, we are in Switzerland. In Switzerland, everything has to be top class. Bhakti also. And top class Bhakti is called Uttama Bhakti. Yes? And Uttama Bhakti means pure Bhakti. So when we have faith, and what is Uttama Bhakti, or pure Bhakti, or Ananya Bhakti? So it has these five characteristics. These five characteristics are that it's from a different seminar, but still it's the three of them are Swarupa, main characteristics. So you, of course, understand who is the object of your service, Krishna. Anushilanam, 9 processes of bhakti, the direct processes of bhakti are there. You desire to make Krishna happy. And these 3 have to be in every bhakti. And of course, the trickiest is this, anukulyena. I like to try to shock devotees, saying that the biggest mistake a devotee can make is to think that bhakti is an activity that pleases Krishna. There can be no bigger mistake, because even Hiranyakashipu pleased Krishna. Even Kamsa pleased Krishna. He sent a brand new chariot. You know, it's like in Munich for Rath Yatra, they are going to rent a yellow Lamborghini, maybe red, we will see, to bring Jagannath open, you know, the cabrio with open top Lamborghini, to bring Jagannath from the temple to the Rath Yatra place. So that everybody, because people tend to notice such cars, and especially so they will look, and there is Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra to offer him. I mean, also, would you refuse a ride in a car, for just go for a short ride, not too long, short ride? Would you refuse? Maybe not, right? So it's a good offering, right? But Kamsa didn't just offer a good chariot; he offered a brand new chariot. And Akrura was happy. Oh, not only it's a good chariot, it's a new chariot. also. So he pleased Krishna, right? Was it bhakti? No. It was not bhakti. What was missing? So the activity was pleasing to Krishna, but what was missing? This very important part. So if we are dry, if we are not advancing, this is maybe because we forget to add this intention. I will be happy to make Krishna happy. So that's the secret of all secrets. That's the most important part. This is one thing that can turn around all our service. But then to make it pure, we have to add two more. And one of them, of course, is something that usually we cringe about. You know this word cringe? Like this. Like if I say, that's why I chose first class bhakti, right? Uttama bhakti, because if I say, you must do pure bhakti, you feel, oh, pure bhakti. What do you think when I say you must do pure bhakti? You think, probably I should eat less gulab jamuns and sleep less, and that's what we think, right? No, and when we say no material desires. Yes, this will be the result, but it's more of a side effect. The actual definition, otherwise it could not be a sadhana or a practice, because freedom from all desires, that's not sadhana, that's already a high level. So it would be impractical, but it's not impractical, it's practical. So that's why we have this little suffix here, ita, absence of constant material desires, constant desires that are other than Krishna's pleasure or bhakti. So to rephrase it, choosing Krishna as the goal, having faith that there is nothing better than Krishna as the goal. So that's one of the important parts of our faith, that Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna Loka Vrindavan is the best goal. Nothing is better, indeed. And it works very deeply on, it makes this process very powerful because it works on our identity. The parallel verse from the Narada Pancharatra for it is Sarva Upadhi Vinirmuktam. It doesn't say no desires. It says giving up other designations. Yeah, we have this before you go on the altar. This mantra sometimes, Naham Vipro Nachanarapatir Napivaisho Nashudro. I'm not a Brahmana, but I'm not a Kshatriya, but I'm not a Vaishya, but I'm not a Shudra. So he takes all the possible identities and says, no, I'm not this. So who am I? Kintu Prodyan Nikhila Purnam Paramananda Purnam Ritabdar. Of the infinite, complete and absolute nectar ocean, infinite ocean, who is the lover and object of love of beloved of the gopis, of his lotus feet, of servants, of a servant, I'm a servant of a servant. That's who I am. So he takes all possible identities and says, no, 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 but he has a yes. So that's the idea, to say, I'm Dasana, Krishna Dasana Das. So if you have this, you have a positive, you have something positive to rely upon. It's not just neti-neti, not just negative, it's positive. And this is something that makes bhakti pure, or first class, uttama. But the other part to make it uttama, this one is a little more tricky, jnana karmadya navritam. It's not covered by other processes, in a sense, other processes are there, but they do not cover. Jnana yoga, karma yoga, they do not cover. They are there. We work, we study, we meditate, we do mystic powers. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Like yesterday, Gokul Ranjan Prabhu and Manu Prabhu, they flew from the mountain down. Yeah, very quickly, right? What else did we do yesterday? I mean, we do some now and then, sometimes. But it doesn't cover, you know. They don't even, you know. Yeah, so what? So it doesn't cover. And this is probably the trickiest part, to have faith that bhakti is the best absolute process. If I can trust bhakti, if I can rely, if I can put my trust in bhakti, Bas, that's Uttama. That's first class. So I think you, as residents of Switzerland, that's your duty. To promote Uttama Bhakti. Yes? Uttama is first class. In Switzerland, everything has to be first class. Am I right? Do I understand correctly? So, yes, practice and spread and share. The top class Uttama, first class, excellent, super excellent Bhakti. And this is what is established by our Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the beginning, that yes, this is Shraddha and Bhakti is the best. Nothing is better than pure Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti. Bhakti is the best and Uttama Bhakti is the best of the best. So that's the famous verse, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo, supreme dharma, supreme duty, supreme activity, supreme method, supreme process, supreme also even dharma sometimes is translated as the nature, Sanatana Dharma, something that's intrinsically part of our nature. So it's a haituki, it's free from motives. So free from motives is this, right? We do this to please Krishna, for Krishna, not just to get something. We will get, no worries, we will get everything and more. But it's not why we do bhakti. It's a subtle difference. And apratihata, then nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it. It is not possible. If you want to do bhakti, nothing can stop it. As my Sankirtan leader was saying, my Maya, he said, is horrible. My Maya is totally horrible. My heart is so hard and dirty. But, he said, Krishna is stronger. Krishna consciousness is stronger. Otherwise, if I say I'm hopeless, it means that Krishna may be God, Krishna may be strong, but my Maya and conditioning is stronger. Which is obviously not possible. Nobody is stronger than Krishna. Yes, Alex?
What does exactly mean to want something?
To want?
Yeah. Does it come from the mind or from the intelligence or from the heart? What is the cause of wanting, or not cause, but the origin? And how can one change?
Excellent. Yes. So, this is something that sometimes puzzles me. They say, Prabhu, do you want another 15 gulab jamuns? So when they ask me this, I always am very confused and flustered, because every time I want to ask, whom are you asking? Are you asking my tongue? Then yes, I want 20. Are you asking my mind? Yes, my mind wants. Or are you asking my intelligence? Which says, no, it's not good for you. Or are you asking me, the soul, who says, what's a gulab jamun in this material world? Is it Krishna's mercy? I mean, it's a sweet, it's a very, you must come and try a gulab jamun. Put it on your bucket list. And Shachinandan Swami gives a very beautiful explanation, because there is a stage in our spiritual life when the mind rebels and does not obey, does not follow, does not cooperate, let's say, with our intelligence. So then I can feel I have no faith, I have no desire, no interest in Krishna, horrible, like total darkness. And it's very disturbing. However, it's not the actual spirit soul who is in that situation. This is just the reorganization of your mind. And it will follow your goals. So therefore, when we say Shraddha, faith, we basically mean your goals. So this is a frequent explanation by Shashanananda Swami, who says that Shraddha means Shra, which is heart, your heart, and Dha, which means to place, to put, to keep. So basically, Shraddha will mean where do I place my heart or trust? Or what is your ultimate goal? What is your ultimate goal? So if I say my ultimate goal is the absolute reality, I want the truth. My ultimate goal is the ultimate absolute truth. That's my goal. So if you have this goal, your Shraddha will go through the difficult times and will become pure, and you will get pure desires. So again, this is why Rupa Goswami didn't say absence of all desires. He says absence of all deep, constant desires other than Krishna. In other words, other desires may come, but as long as I keep putting Krishna on top, so like, I'm keeping Krishna, 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 Gulab Jamun, Gulab Jamun, Gulab Jamun, Gulab Jamun. Then I know, oh, wait. Yes, Gulab Jamun, but then Krishna. there, Krishna, Gulab Jamun, but then Krishna. As long as I keep reprioritizing and at least putting Krishna as the ultimate Zielort, then I will go in the right direction. Yeah.
The second part of the question was how, basically, to start wanting something, how to change one's desires. For example, if I want something.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
will be then?
Doesn't work easily. That's the point of yoga, to learn to be able to direct your desires. It's also called maturity. It's also called emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, EQ. That's basically, or mind. What we call mind control is ability to deal with your emotions, and that's supposed to come with age. So with age comes wisdom. Sometimes age comes alone also. But it can come with wisdom if we help. So this wisdom is not information. This is exactly ability to not have a knee-jerk reaction. I'm angry, I want this, I want that. So with age you learn to be able, or you feel it's a catastrophe, it's the end of the world, but you remember, okay, I already had the end of the world in the year 2000, 2012, 2003. I've survived at least 20 ends of the world, so maybe I'll survive this one also. Okay, let's put it in perspective, yes? So you gain a perspective, so you're not helpless, you're not tossed by these waves of emotions. You're able to, like in a car with a stick, Some of you may still remember there were cars with sticks. I'm joking. With gears. Yesterday you were driving a stick car. I mean, not automatic gearbox, So you put a clutch, right? You put a clutch, you disconnect, and you change the gear. Yeah. So this is emotional intelligence. You press the clutch, and you are able to change the gear, not be and put the clutch. Wait, just put another gear there. speed up, slow down, or whatever. So basically, when you try to control, this is another thing, when you try to control the mind, it doesn't work. So don't try to control the mind. Don't fight the mind. As there's a popular wisdom, don't fight with a pig, because you both get dirty, but the pig enjoys it. So our mind, until it's purified, is like a pig, you know. So when you try, the more you push down, the more it pushes back. So therefore, the secret is to redirect. Don't try to desire the right thing. Don't try to stop the bad desires and bad emotions. Instead, just set the solution. The yoga solution is to set the good, proper goal. So you're not fighting with the mind. It's like a clever mother. Clever mother doesn't try to completely stop activities of a child, but the child is throwing a temper tantrum, and then you say, "Oh, look, who is there?" Okay, and you forget the temper tantrum, you know. So the mind is like a child. So if you just try to stop it, then the more you push it down, the more it pushes back. But if you give a better, you say, yeah, yes, whatever you desire, yeah, it's terrible, or yes, it's nice, whatever it offers, you just acknowledge that yes, it's there. And how about let's go have a kirtan? How about let's read a little? How about, you know, do some service? How about we read? So add something better, keeping your ultimate goal in mind. And then it will fall in line gradually. It will be trained after some time. So in other words, you cannot force emotions immediately, but you can choose your goals, and then the emotions will gradually follow.
So if the emotions resist, let's say, one feels a lot of discomfort, what do you do then? I mean, I think at some point it becomes self-destructive. I mean, what if one is on the edge, just on the edge, like where one sees it's not possible anymore to just basically not to deal with these emotions or to work with the mind, but just to try to get the attention to others. When it's not working, what one can do then?
It seems you have some specific point in mind, and I'm answering in a general way. So always at any situation we can get help from devotees, other devotees. This is the last instruction of Ramanujacharya. If you tried everything, just go to devotees and be with devotees. Collect blessings. And this is the universal solution. And consult. So we have to find some way to lead a healthy, balanced life. Sometimes you have to eat one extra gulab jamun, yeah, or eat one less, or go for a long walk to Sauce Pass. And what was the lake again? How? Silseli. Yes. Yes. Krishna says that we have to properly balance the 4 areas of our life. Then yoga bhavati dukkha. Then yoga removes suffering in your life. So have a balance, and then get a strong position so that nothing unnecessary distracts you. And from that position you can move on. Okay, so that we spoke about Shraddha, we spoke about faith and bhakti, and here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes some of his favorite verses. He quotes these verses almost everywhere. This is actually quite amazing. I have it now. So these are 11, 20, 32. These are some of his favorite verses. Actually, let's see, yes, how many times? There are two verses. So he glorifies bhakti here. We can chant together. Yat karma vir yat tapasa jnana vairagyatascha yat yogena dana dharmena shreyo viritarai sarvam mad bhakti yogena mad bhakto labhatenjasa svarga pavarga madhama kathanritya divancha. I think you know almost every word here. It's a very straightforward verse. So whatever you get by different karmas, different works, tapasya, by different austerities, jnana, knowledge, vairagya, detachment, renunciation, yoga meditation, dana, charity, or some religious activities, and any shreya, any auspicious activity. So basically all the methods have been listed, whatever you can achieve. Sarvam, everything by my bhakti yoga, my bhakta obtains easily and quickly. Either svarga, heavenly pleasures, apavarga, liberation and freedom, or madhama, my eternal abode, katanchit, whatever he desires or she desires, they desire. Anything. Whatever you can obtain by hard work, austerity, meditation, anything. If you desire either svarga, either paradise or liberation or Krishna's abode, you can easily and quickly get by bhakti. No need for any other method. Everything is in the process of bhakti. So he makes it very clear that, and such trust and faith is uttama bhakti, first class bhakti. If you trust it, if you accept it, then this is first class faith. I was Krishna Premarupa Prabhu, I was saying that in Switzerland we like everything first class, top quality, right? So this is top quality faith, this is top quality process. If you have faith in it.
This word easily available.
Anjasa, yes.
Well, I've been a devotee for 20 years. This seems so easily available.
Which one?
You know, I'm still here. Still have to wake up 3 o'clock, 3:30, and I don't want to wake up. Yeah, I guess I had a guess that this
that easy would be easier.
That easy would be easier, but if you compare all the other processes, this one is easy. If I would try to achieve that, of those other processes.
Thank you. That's a very good comment. Yes, indeed. Like even for example, you can see so many. Even during the lockdown, you know, after japa, I would go for a walk around the temple at 6 o'clock, and the roads in the city are full with cars. So people are getting up, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. They can't sleep, they can't chant japa, they have to drive, and it's a lockdown, you know. Not many things are actually open. And still, they are only on Sunday. Sunday and Saturday are so nice. Only the dog lovers are with the dogs. Also, still, they serve the dogs. But At least the streets are not so busy. So people have to get up so early. Or now in Munich, I was saying it's amazing. 3 o'clock the road is and it's a Fürstenriederstraße. It's not such a busy road. It's still so many cars are there. 1 o'clock, yes. 3 o'clock, yes. 4 o'clock, busy. So, and these people are enjoying life. They are enjoying life. So, at least I don't have to drive mostly anywhere, you know, at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And if we do drive somewhere, it's to have our 4 o'clock party. At 4 o'clock, we have a party. Samsaradava nalalida loka tranaya karunya gana ganatvam. We sing and dance. It's Kalakanta's answer in his Gainesville Krishna house. He explains Mangalarati. He says, like, you know, like you have party in the night, you end your day with a party, we begin our day with a party. We sing and dance, you know. Good start of a day. Right? If it's good, why not start your day with a party? So people work hard. You can see they don't have it as a principle, and still they wake up early in the morning. Probably many of them hate it, and you can see some people have 2-3 jobs just to. So it's amazing. Hare Krishna. And at least when we do it, we know why we do it. And for them, just to get money oftentimes, you know, it's heavy. It's heavy. So it's easier. And if they are very advanced, now I've seen, what's this guy? There's, yeah, Hal Elrod, I think. He wrote a book, The Miracle Morning. I think everybody now does it. The Miracle Morning. If you're super busy, no time for anything, get up earlier. Get up at 4 o'clock or 4 a.m. and do what? Do some meditation, write a self-introspection journal, and read spiritual books, something like this. For, you know, to be successful as a businessman. That's how you should do. Everybody. So, come on, this is what Srila Prabhupada has given us from the early days. Not immediately, but after some time. So yes, it's easier comparatively. It's easy compared to other processes. Okay, thank you. It's a good comment. So these are some of the ways how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur glorifies bhakti. Another one is, he says that without bhakti, everything is like a corpse, a dead body. There is no bhakti, it's like a dead body. It feels like that too sometimes, right? There is no bhakti, it's like a dead body. So, that's the first shower. He also glorifies bhakti even if our heart is full of other desires and dirt. So these are famous verses that even one commits the most abominable acts, but if he has these two things, ananya bhak and samyak vyavasito. So these are the same two things. That his goal is Krishna and his process is bhakti. So then Krishna says, consider him a saint. So sooner or later, kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Quickly he will become a pure, righteous soul. So that's the power. That's the power of bhakti. So both positively and negatively, and even in terms of obstacles, nothing is better than bhakti. That's the best. And without bhakti, it's like dead. It's like dead, like a corpse. Working to eat and eating to work, going in circles, unsatisfying. not satisfying.
What about, so the goal is Krishna, the practice is bhakti, okay, and then sometimes it's fairly simple, but then sometimes personally,
It sounds simple.
it sounds simple, yeah. Let's say sometimes I'm in doubt because I see my behavior, I have some conditioning, let's say, from my childhood or whatever, and I try to perform bhakti, I'm going to Krishna, but I see that this conditioning is disturbing the bhakti practice again and again and again and again. And then, is it not bhakti if I take help to deal with this conditioning in order to still continue there and in order to be a bit more steady in that bhakti? Is that a considered deviation, or is that considered something that facilitates my bhakti?
Okay. So is it still pure bhakti if I do hatha yoga or martial arts or do psychoanalysis with some good devotee who is a good psychoanalyst or something, right? For example, yes. It depends. Outside it may be the same, may look the same. Can put 3 people in with kanti malas in the same in saffron clothes in the lotus position, and all 3 of them can follow a different process. 3 of them can follow a different process. That's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's again wonderful, amazing elaboration in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sarartha Darshini. So one can do this outside of bhakti, just for. So technically, it's called. Probably should write it to make it easier. So the best preferred is Uttama Bhakti, yes, or Kevala Bhakti. Then another one is. Do we have 3 kinds of bhakti? 3. No. How about here? 3. No. How about here? 3. No. Uttama Bhakti, then we have yes. Okay. Pradhanya and then Gona. He also calls it, this Gona he calls Bhakti Mishra Karma. Yeah? So Bhakti is used for something else, is the instrument, right? Then Pradhanya means Bhakti is primary. So it will be called Karma Mishra. Like if I'm going to a psychoanalyst and I think that first I have to completely psychoanalyze myself, get rid of that day when my sister didn't give me the ice cream I wanted, and then with recovered mind I can accept the first class bhakti. It's okay, that's fine. If that's the goal, that's pradhanya, it's honest. It's honest. Bhakti is first. Bhakti is the main goal. It's called, so if it's psychoanalysis, this will be Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Right? But it can, even the same activity can be done as Uttama or Kevala Bhakti. If your trust is in Krishna's mercy. So it's really subtle. what do you trust? Do you trust just this work that you do? You think that by this, let's say, psychoanalysis or whatever, I advance and then I will do bhakti better? Or by jnana yoga? Or do I advance, I will do it, but this will work only by Krishna's mercy, and I will do this to please Krishna. I will do this maybe I should tell you a story about my encounter with a psychotherapist. Sort of, yeah, it's a good, I think it's a good point in time to mention this, yes. In 1994, I got insomnia after a super long marathon on translating Canto 1 into Ukrainian under heavy pressure of my chief editor and Bhakta leader. It was very long. I was very angry, and he was very heavy, and it was a mess. And I got an insomnia. So then I asked my guru, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, can I take pills, sleeping pills? He said, you can, but why don't you talk to some doctor first? So I was just about to visit my parents in Lemberg, West Ukraine, Lviv. And I said, I want to talk to, I think insomnia, I guess it's a psychotherapist. I want to talk to a psychotherapist. And my guru told me. So they say, yes, good, very good, we will find. My mother is a doctor, my father was some engineer, chief of a big department. So they found the best doctor, psychotherapist. They brought him in a car to our home. And so he, went to my room, and then he said, first of all, don't think that just because you are Hare Krishna, that there is something wrong with you. If you are Hare Krishna, it's no problem. It doesn't mean something, because some will insist, oh, you are Hare Krishna, it's horrible. Then he said, okay, so do you guys have some meditation that you practice? Well, yeah, we chant japa, Hare Krishna, japa. So I said, okay, so you know what? This, your Hare Krishna mantra, please do it very attentively. Okay. Then he said, is there something, then he said, do you have some mass or Gottesdienst, temple service? I said, yeah, we have kirtan in the temple every day. So he said, you know what? Make sure you go there. All right. I could do that. Then he said, is there something you like to do? Something that gives you pleasure? And he said, I like to read. He said, some books you like? I said, well, I like the Science of Self-Realization. I like the Bhagavatam. In general, I do like Srila Prabhupada's books. So he said, you know what? Make it part of your daily schedule to every day read the books of Srila Prabhupada. Okay.
Was he a friend of your guru?
No. I mean, it's a completely... And what else? I think that was the main things. And then as he was already going, just as he was going in, sitting into the car, and he said, oh yeah, one more thing, he says. You know, these people you are there living with in that temple, be nice to them. Don't insult them. Don't offend them, okay? And then I thought, oh. He told me to chant attentively, read Prabhupada books, go to every program, and to avoid Vaishnava. I was really, I was like flabbergasted. I thought, wow, if Guru tells you to do something, you're going to get some spiritual advice anyway. even if you go to some... So that's... That's the advice the psychotherapist gave me. He did give me some pills. I'm still looking for the name of those pills. They did make me feel very sattvic. And improved my sleep also for some time. So, it depends. Where do I put my trust? Do I trust which process do I trust? If I trust this as coming from Krishna and is part of Krishna's arrangement, and I understand that it works only by Krishna, like Prahlada Maharaj says that the best medicine and doctor cannot save without Krishna's mercy. And with Krishna's mercy, everything works. So it can, in other words, if anavritam, if it doesn't cover bhakti, if it's taken as, okay, something, because everything is part of Krishna's world.
There's this joke of flood.
Yes, sending the helicopter, yes, yeah. And people, yeah, three times, yes, yeah.
What's the third type of bhakti?
Third?
Yeah, the last slide on the gauna.
Gauna means that bhakti is secondary. It's you use bhakti to get something else. Your goal is not Krishna. But as long as you put Krishna as the goal, then it's at least it's honest. You're not trying to cheat Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, please be happy, and then please give me, a few golden coins that, and then I forget Krishna. I can even come and ask Krishna for golden coins but ultimately I want to come to Krishna. Yes. So then, okay, so at least we turn to Krishna. In other words, it should not be our ultimate goal.
How to know when to depend on Krishna's mercy and when to take up some more responsibility?
We should always totally depend on Krishna's mercy, and we should always totally take more responsibility. Do the best and depend on Krishna for the rest. In other words, again, it's a paradox. Normally, it's not, and it's painful in the beginning, because you have to work like everything depends on you, but you have to think like everything depends on Krishna. So, and this is why yoga is so tricky, even beginning from karma yoga. Because, who went for, who was working? Me. Who got the results? Me. So who can enjoy the results? Well, draw your conclusions, who was working. So if I work and something comes, then obviously, who is, it's obvious, right? Or vice versa. No, it's for Krishna. So you mean I should work, but the results are Krishna's? Yes. So all to Krishna? Yes. Then why should I work? Okay, let him go work. I can. So materially, it makes no sense. If I work, then the result is mine, and if the result is not mine, why should I work? Makes no sense. That's why yoga is so tricky. It may take 10 years in the temple to figure out that I should both work and be detached. And even karma yoga, not only bhakti, even karma yoga is like this. That I do my best, but depend on Krishna for the rest. And I offer, and only you and Krishna know how much is the appropriate amount. Is it this much? Is it this much? Krishna knows. From outside, it's not easy to actually say clearly what's your specific appropriate level of giving all the results.
May I specify the question a little bit? Like, Shastra gives us a perfect situation how we should behave if we live in the Vedic system. But how we can apply Vedic knowledge in not perfect circumstances? Like, one can take up a responsibility and deal according to Shastra with the situation, but though the situation is not perfect, and this kind of try to apply the theory for perfect situation and imperfect situation. How to deal with that?
This is why Krishna has chosen Arjuna Arjuna's situation, nobody has such a bad job as Arjuna had. Do you need to kill your grandfather as part of your job? That was his job description. And his beloved teacher of martial arts. None of us have such a bad job. In your job, is your morning schedule, in the morning they came to Arjuna and he's saying, okay, so what's today? Okay, 23,000 samshaptakas, 23,000 soldiers took a vow. Either they kill you or you kill them. So before he can go and fight with his grandfather, he has to kill these 23,000 samshaptakas. So that's his morning program. That's his to-do list for the morning. So no matter how bad is your job, I don't think it's so bad as Arjuna has. So, in other words, it's not by accident that he took Arjuna. He's a king in exile, he's a king who's cheated, he's a king who's betrayed by his relatives, he's a king who has 3 wives, he's a king who has how many children? 3, 4 children? And he's fighting a much bigger force, and they fight unfairly with him. So every bad, and there are rivers of blood. You can read these horrible descriptions. So it's really, and in the beginning, Krishna tells him, okay, you do pradhanya bhakti, and when you do it, then you will be naturally blessed with uttam bhakti by devotees. But then at the very end, he says, okay, I will bless you myself. Okay, so do it as pure bhakti, as top first-class bhakti. So he even has to fight as out of love for Krishna, as service. So in other words, yoga is performed in the heart. Yoga means that you offer the attachment. Not, the result, yes, the work, yes, but that the offering is done here. So basically you understand, I'm Krishna Das. I may not like it, but that's the truth. I'm Krishna Das, or Das, Dasanu Das. And it belongs to Krishna, it all belongs to Krishna. So Krishna, I may not like it. Krishna, I am very sorry, even you may not like it. Krishna, dear Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, even you may not like it, but it's coming my way, it's here, that's my work. It seems to be my duty to the best of my understanding. This is what is my duty. So, sorry, please be pleased. I'm offering. All right? Okay. So, first class bhakti. Bhakti is the best, and bhakti is the main thing we are doing. How do we get bhakti? How do we get bhakti is also in this chapter. Okay, so we already spoke how Krishna is the Lord of all rasas. So that was in the previous, in this verse, that 12 rasas are there. And 12 rasas, if you want, we have them here, right? I don't know, we can put it as a... Anyway, we have them in many places, in the 12 rasas. So Krishna is the you want to take a picture?
Yes, thank you.
See how nowadays just boom, and you have it in your pocket. Of course, to put it then further, then. Okay, where am I? Yes, I'm here. Yes, okay. So the Lord is Rasa Sarup, and then he says that bhakti is independent. I cannot make sure, even if I make my heart completely pure, by chance I find that psychotherapist and But even he used all the bhakti methods in my case. But let's say I find somebody and we spend 300,000 francs and we psychoanalyze me 3 lives back and 4 lives sidewise and everything, and my heart becomes completely spotless. No guarantee. If I don't get mercy from devotees, that I will get bhakti. It's not material. So where do you get bhakti from? You get bhakti from bhaktas.
Social question, how do you define bhakti? We always say bhakti.
How do you define bhakti?
Was not a quality, but what actually means bhakti? You get bhakti from someone. We do bhakti is to go also.
Let's say the process which connects you to Krishna through devotional service. Right? You get a chance. You're given a process which will connect you all the way back to Krishna. So it says yadrichaya, somehow or other. So it doesn't come from some collected pious activity. It doesn't even come from Krishna's mercy, direct mercy. Because Krishna loves everybody and Krishna wants to benefit everybody already. But some get, some take, some don't. Right? So it's neither causeless nor qualified mercy, because he loves everybody and he's not partial. That, okay, you I like, but he has a funny nose, I don't know. No, him I don't. No, Krishna is not partial like this. So it's coming from devotees. It's coming from devotees. And Uttama sees everybody is already perfect, and Kanishta sees nobody as... Kanishta sees everybody as a total demon. So therefore, where we get it from is Madhyam Bhaktas. Madhyam Bhaktas. So Madhyam Bhaktas, you go sing, you go distribute books, you try to... and also important, not just throwing books around, but you are a well-wisher. You wish people to advance. You wish people to get this good fortune. You are praying for everybody. You're eager to give people, so that people get Krishna's mercy. It works if you pray. Yeah? Homework. Let's pray today and tomorrow for our class, for all of us. You can also just pray for me, but you can pray for all of us. That's, I think, is good, right? That we get, let's say that we get some namaruchi. I think it's a safe blessing, super safe, super good blessing, that all of us have a little taste for the holy name, chanting the holy name. Yeah? So, okay, do you remember? Next time you see Lord Jagannath, next time you see Gaur Nitai, next time you see Radha Krishna, you remember, there was something, then you remember, I have to pray, yes? Okay? Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And our task is to be Madhyam Bhaktas. Yeah? Madhyam Bhakta is, in Chaitanya Charitamrita we have some scary intermediate devotee on the intermediate stage. In Chaitanya Charitamrita we have some scary place where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Kanishta Bhakta, well, is almost a Bhakta. He's not really, he's a shadow of he's Bhakta Abhas. He's a shadow of a Bhakta. Because we have no respect for even devotees, so to speak, about non-devotees. So this is how this conundrum, how this problem is solved. Because if Krishna picks, then either he has to pick everybody, which breaks your free will, or he has to pick by his choice, which breaks his fairness, his impartiality. It seems to be a little unjust, right? So therefore what he does, he gives this power to you, that you can choose where you give this mercy. And it still is the choice of a person. You can give the same opportunity to everybody, and somebody takes, somebody doesn't. But at least it's called agyata sukriti, unconscious piety, unconscious good fortune. It collects and collects, and then one day they can decide, okay, I'll take it. They accept. So prasadam, holy name, festivals, deity worship, books, all of these. Yeah, I think our Swiss Sankirtan Prabhu was taking hundreds of people to the holy places. That also is very powerful. So when Ambarish came to Lord, he was going through the whole universe, running away from the Sudarshan Chakra. So Brahma said, sorry, I'm not independent. Shiva said, I'm not independent. So he came to Lord Vishnu. He said, sorry, I'm also not independent. I am completely subservient to my devotee. He said, you want my mercy, right? You are asking me to give you mercy. He asked Ambarish Maharaj. So he said, then you came to the wrong address. Because my mercy I have given to my devotees. So it's not here. Sadhanam hridayam mahyam, sadhavo hridayam vaham. I'm in the heart of my devotees are in my heart. So like sometimes the wife will carry the purse. Right? And he mentions it, like loving wife controls the husband, so devotee controls me. He says like this. So you want mercy? Then go to Ambarish. Ask mercy from Ambarish. And it's so amazing. He goes to Ambarish, the Durvasa Muni. He goes to Ambarish. I think I said Ambarish. He goes to Ambarish Maharaj, and he's praying. And Ambarish Maharaj tells Sudarshan Chakra, this is in the 9th canto, he says, dear Sudarshan, you are Krishna's power, you are the power of time. He says, if I have performed any good act, any pious act, if I have any punya, please take all of it and save Durvasa. Convert it into mercy for Durvasa. Every time I read it, I'm so uncomfortable, Why give all piety? Give half, Keep something for the rainy day. Ambarish is like this, He says, no, take all of it. If I have done anything, please bless Ambarish Maharaj. And then that's why Ambarish is so dear to Krishna. Because Ambarish doesn't think about himself, he thinks about even Durvasa, who tries to kill him. So bhakti comes from bhakti. Hare Krishna. So bhaktya sanjataya bhakti. So bhakti comes from bhakti. Bhakti from the heart of devotees starts bhakti in the heart of the recipient. Still, there is a choice. We have to accept it. Another point here that Madhyam Bhakta discriminates. This is an angry demon. He hates devotees or something. And this person looks interested in yoga. This person looks interested in the Bhagavad Gita or in something higher. So this one is a better candidate. So you are allowed to use your discrimination. In fact, this is the idea of being a Madhyam Bhakta. Okay, so Bhakti is superior, Bhakti is independent, Bhakti cannot be forced by other things, even if they are helpful. It's not even dependent on purity. We see this Mrigari the hunter. We have some people of very bad behavior who get bhakti, who become devotees. Like when you became a devotee, did you have somebody in mind that you thought, oh, this person probably, I think he's an intelligent, good person, he will also take bhakti. And then you offer him a book and he's not interested at all. And sometimes somebody you think, this person, forget him. And he's, like I think Kadamakananda Maharaj, when he came to the temple, he found the person he disliked the most in his neighborhood. He's also a devotee. in the temple. So that's the proof that you're a spirit soul and you have independent choice, and there's always hope. There's always hope, no matter what. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai, Madhurya Kadamini ki jai, super excellent path ki jai. Okay, some more points here for discussion, questions, comments?
Ganesh Nadikari tries to preach, going for book distribution. What can he give actually to others?
This was, Niranjan Swami was asked about this. So if someone is a Kanishta Bhakta, he's not respectful to anybody, so should we even send them to distribute books? Don't they do more harm by going out? So he said, you train them and then send. So in other words, yes, you can with training, with proper training. So you train them what to say, what not to say, how to treat people, how to address people, how to behave. And the best, of course, if there is somebody who is also, first I think, mostly you go with somebody, you see how someone more experienced does it, right? And then, so he said that you do it under training. Basically, the idea is that we should become Madhyam Bhaktas as soon as possible. And it can be attained very quickly. Basically, just in a few days.
Who is Bhakti Devi and how is she related to Subhadra Maharaj?
Bhakti Devi is a very mysterious personality. She's described in Padma Purana. We know that all Shaktis are coming from Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is the Adi Shakti. And then Subhadra Devi is the Yoga Maya. She is the director of all the pastimes in the spiritual world. And in the prayer to Subhadra Devi, we do have Jaya Devi Bhakti Datri Prasida Parameshwari. We say that, oh Subhadra, you are Bhakti Datri. You are the bestower of Bhakti. Please be kind to us. So, in a sense, she is connected to Bhakti Devi because she is the director who connects, as Prabhupada says in the second canto, Mahamaya disconnects and Yogamaya connects. Because we want to be connected, so we also need her blessings. We need her blessings, we need Radharani's blessings to be connected in this process of giving pleasure to Krishna. So yes, we can ask Subhadra Devi to bless us. We can ask her for guidance. Okay. All right. Something else? Yes?
After we have heard how Bhakti is like independent and Bhakti comes from Bhakti, so the question arises, like, how do we get the association of a Bhakta who has Bhakti in his or her heart? So how can we get...
Just go and get it. Well, you can see that by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you have bhaktas all around the world. And if you desire to get association, you can see also Parikshit Maharaj didn't kill Kali because he saw some good qualities in him. So one of the, conditionally good qualities is that you can get the blessing for which Prithu Maharaj was praying. He was praying, give me 1,000,000 ears. Sometimes we misspell it. We say not ears but euros, but it's the wrong spelling. Ears is the correct spelling. Why? To hear all katha. And now it's almost, you have katha from all over the world, from every speaker, right? And to nourish your interest in Krishna. You can connect, you can ask questions. But of course, nothing is as good as coming to a temple, or to the temple, going to the holy places, to festivals, kirtans, kathas, and associating. And then the idea is that we try to share our taste for Krishna consciousness, and this will inspire others to share their taste for Krishna consciousness with us. And if you desire sadhu sangha, if you desire association with devotees, Krishna will send his devotees. Krishna is, as we quoted this first canto, that Krishna is more eager to bring you back than we can ever desire. So Krishna is very kind. So he will send. It's one team. Prabhupada writes in Adi Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita that we should not separate Krishna and the gurus because it's one team. So Krishna knows he sees what you want, and he will orchestrate everything perfectly for our training. With all the ups and downs, everything will be it will be a perfect training ground. Sometimes quite miraculously. Do you have this experience that you wanted to get some Vaishnava association and then Krishna arranged it? Do you have this experience?
Yeah, right here.
Not sure. I have this funny experience. I was just about to go to the BBT in Korsnäs, Sweden, and then I was not initiated, and I was just thinking that, oh, my Guru Maharaj, but I already was, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj already accepted me as a candidate. And I thought, oh, I'm going to Sweden, my Guru Maharaj never goes to Sweden, practically. And oh, I don't know when will I see him next time, probably after some years. And I was just sitting and thinking like this for about maybe 7 minutes. And then the phone rings. Not all of you know, we used to have like phones on the table with a wire, with the receiver. So it was our BBT flat, so I picked it up, and there was Anila Das, and says, Guru Maharaj is asking, can you come and travel with him? Really? Like immediately, I was thinking, oh, it would be so nice. Oh, when will I get association again? And then, yes. Can you come now? So that's a very strong memory for me, that if I really pray for the association of Krishna's devotees, Krishna will arrange. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Madhurya Kadamini ki jai, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Praying for everybody and each other ki jai. Vanchakalpatarvescha kripa sindhuvyacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you very much.